All right, today we're going to talk about something that could totally flip the script on how you think about money, work, and even freedom itself. We're talking about how to engineer your own financial escape velocity and really how to break free from that paycheck to paycheck trap for good. Now, listen to this, because it's a big one. That idea, it just turns everything we're taught about getting rich completely on its head. Forget about some far off dream of being a millionaire. The single most powerful financial move you can make is right here, and it's way more achievable than you think. So, yeah, that's the big clean today, and we're going to prove it. We'll look at the math, sure, but more importantly, we're going to dive deep into the psychology of it. This is about way more than a safety net. It's about escaping a trap you might not even know you're in. Okay, so first up, let's dig into the problem. And here's the thing you've got to understand. This isn't just about your bank account. It's biological. It's a real, legitimate prison for your brain. So many of us are basically financial sleepwalkers, right? Just kind of stumbling from one payday to the next. The money comes in, the bills go out, you spend what's left, and then you just wait. It feels normal, but it's a state of being completely reactive with zero control. And this is where it gets really fascinating. This survival mood, it's a real biological state. When you have zero savings, your brain doesn't just see a math problem. Nope, it sees a threat. Evolution kicks in and your entire world just shrinks down to how do I survive the next few days? That's why people stay in jobs they hate. The fear of a missed paycheck feels like a life or death situation. And this isn't just some vague feeling of being stressed out. It's real physical stuff happening in your body. Neuroscientists can actually measure it. Living paycheck to paycheck keeps your cortisol, your main stress hormone, jacked up all the time. This literally eats up your mental bandwidth. You can't think straight. You can't plan for the future or start that side hustle because your brain is using every ounce of energy just fighting the fire right in front of you. So, time for a gut check. I call this the cereal test. And I want you to be totally honest with yourself here. How many nights are you doing that? If the answer is even one, you're not really living. You're just reacting. That is the biological prison right there in your kitchen. All right, so we've talked about the prison. Now, let's talk about the key that gets you out. And believe it or not, that key is a very specific, mathematically sound number. There it is, $25,000. Not a million, not 100 grand, just 25,000. And its power is so underestimated. And look, this isn't some number we just pulled out of thin air, right? This is the gold standard for a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. For the average person, this is the runway you need to cover your essential expenses. But we're framing it as something way more powerful than just an emergency fund. This is where the magic really happens. A buffer like this covers like 95% of the curveballs life is actually going to throw at you. A blown transmission, a trip to the ER, a sudden layoff. Without savings, these things are financial grenades that can blow up your whole life. But with that buffer, they become just problems you solve. I mean, think about that feeling, that gut-wrenching dread when something goes wrong and you know you're flat broke. That's what we're talking about, a life-shattering catastrophe. It's a feeling of complete and utter powerlessness. But with that buffer, the whole thing just changes. The emotional response is night and day. It's not panic, it's an annoyance. You sigh, you write the check, and you move on. The problem's the same, but your ability to absorb the hit changes everything. That, my friends, is real power. It's not just about the money. It's about who you have to become to get it. See, nobody just accidentally saves 25 grand. It doesn't happen. You have to be intentional. And the process of doing that, it forces you to build the two foundational muscles of all wealth creation: impulse control and delayed gratification. The skills you learn are worth way more than the money itself. And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? The difference between pretending to be wealthy and actually being wealthy. The wealth pretender is all about the outside, the financed car, the expensive t-shirt. They're basically an unpaid billboard for brands. But the capital owner, they're focused on the inside, on building a real foundation, on becoming an accumulator of assets, not just a consumer of things. And that right there, that's the core of it. Real respect, real status, it doesn't come from the logo you're wearing. It comes from having financial character. It comes from the quiet confidence of knowing you own your choices. the check engine light test. Imagine it happens tomorrow. Your car's dashboard lights up. What's your first reaction? Is it heart-pounding panic, or is it just a sigh? The difference between those two feelings for most of us is about $25,000. So which one do you want to feel? But first, let me just ask you a really direct question. Think about your job, your projects, your boss. Are you really in control, or does it feel more like you're just reacting to whatever demands are thrown at you? Well, the answer to that question, more often than not, comes down to one thing: your money. And that leads us right into our first section here. We're going to explore the pretty painful reality of not having any financial buffer in the modern workplace. It's all about the hidden cost, the price you pay for being forced to say yes to everything. This right here, this is a brutal truth. When you have no savings, you're basically operating from a place of desperation. You can't risk that paycheck, right? And that makes you incredibly easy to expose. You end up taking on the extra work, you accept the unfair projects, and you stay quiet when you know you should be speaking up. Your inability to say no literally strips you of all your power. Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, it's about hitting a very specific milestone that buys back your freedom. And that magic number, according to our source material, is $25,000. This is the core concept, the big idea. Walking away money. Look, it's not retirement money. It's definitely not buy a fancy car money. It's a strategic fund. It's a war chest that gives you the power to walk away from a toxic job, a terrible boss, or a dead-end career path without, facing total financial ruin. It is, quite simply, the money that funds the word no. So what does this power actually look like in real life? Well, it means you can walk into a salary negotiation knowing you can afford to turn down a lowball offer. It gives you the freedom to take a chance on that risky startup, or move to a city with way better jobs, or even jump into a completely new industry. It empowers you to invest in yourself, to get that certification that might cost a little now but could boost your salary by thousands every single year. You go from being a passive employee to the active architect of your own career. And this quote, this just nails the psychological return on your investment. The confidence you project when you aren't desperate, people can feel it. Your boss, clients, coworkers, they can sense it. And that confidence all by itself can lead to better projects, promotions, and more money, often way more than you'd ever make from some stock market returns on that cash. Now, I know what you're thinking. Getting to that first $25,000 can feel absolutely impossible. But this next section explains something critical, the math of acceleration. The journey actually gets easier, not harder, once you've gotten over that first big hill. Let's be real clear about this. The source describes this first phase as brutal. Because it is. When you're starting from zero, every single dollar you save comes from your direct effort, your sacrifice, your grind. You are doing 100% of the heavy lifting, and it feels like that boulder could roll right back over you at any second. But just watch what happens once you get a little base built up. As this timeline shows, that's where the magic starts. Saving your first 20 grand might take, say, 19 months of just pure grit. But look at the next 20,000. It takes less time, only 17 months. Why? Because it's not just you pushing the boulder anymore. Your money's now working right alongside you, earning interest. That's compound interest finally kicking in to help. And that effect, it just gets more and more powerful as the numbers get bigger. So let's look at the next major milestone to really see this in action, $100,000. So at this level, let's just assume a 10% annual return. Your money is generating $10,000 a year all by itself. Think about that. That's over $800 a month that you didn't have to work for. Your money has now become a pretty significant employee, doing a massive amount of the work for you. The boulder is now rolling downhill, and it's picking up speed all on its own. This whole acceleration thing isn't just about passive growth, though. It's about being ready for active opportunity. Think back for a second. Remember that friend who had that great business idea but just needed a small investment? Or that perfect real estate deal that kind of came and went? Were you in a position to act? And here's the crucial point. Building wealth isn't just about being smart or having good ideas. It's about being financially prepared, being liquid when those rare opportunities finally show up. Having cash ready to go allows you to say yes to those life-changing moments that honestly, most other people have to just let pass by. Okay, so we get the why. Now let's dig into the how. This section is the tactical blueprint. It's all about removing emotion from the equation and building a system to get you to that first $25,000 as fast as humanly possible. Rule number one is all about speed and automation. The second your paycheck hits your account, a timer starts. You have 15 seconds. Before you even think about bills or rent or that thing you wanted to buy, you move 15% directly into a separate savings or investment account. This isn't about willpower. It's about building a reflex that pays your future self first before doubt and excuses have a chance to creep in. Rule 2 is a hard line in the sand. Your two biggest expenses, housing and transportation, they absolutely cannot exceed 65% of your take-home pay. If they do, you're just over-leveraged and the math will never ever work. You'll never have enough left over to save in a meaningful way. You have to get this number under control to create the breathing room your freedom fund needs to grow. And that leads us straight to rule number 3. Kill the status anchors. That shiny new car with a $700 a month payment, it's not a symbol of success, it's an anchor. And it's dragging your financial future straight to the bottom. The source suggests a simple alternative. Buy a reliable used car. Now, instead of that massive payment, just imagine investing the, say, $400 difference every single month. That car payment is now an engine for your wealth, not an anchor. And the final tactic here is zero-based budgeting. It's simple. At the start of the month, you give every single dollar you earn a job. You proactively assign all your income to specific categories: groceries, rent, investing, going out. Every dollar has a name and a destination. This is how you stop those mystery leaks. You know, that feeling at the end of the month where you have no idea where all your money went? This plugs the holes in your financial boat for good. So we've covered the problem, the solution, the math, and the tactics. We're going to end on a simple but pretty profound idea. This isn't just financial advice. It's a choice between two very, very different futures. You gotta love this quote, right? Escaping the matrix. It means you've stopped passively accepting the default path of just living paycheck to paycheck. You've woken up to the fact that you can actually design a different reality for yourself, one where you have real agency and control. And that's really the ultimate takeaway. Without a financial buffer, you are simply hoping things go well. You're hoping you don't get laid off. You're hoping you don't get a bad boss. Hoping an opportunity comes along. But with that $25,000, you stop hoping and you start designing. You build a future you actually want, one brick at a time. So we'll just leave you with this one last question. 5 years from now, you're going to look back at the decisions you made today. Will you be wondering where all the money went? Or will you thank the person you were today for starting that brief, brutal battle and giving your future self the incredible gift of freedom? The choice, as always, is yours.